President's visit to New Orleans is part of his push for a massive infrastructure bill. It's one of the many issues Mr. Biden has taken on in his first 100 days in office. Given the partisan divides in the country, there's strong and differing opinions on how the president has performed in those first 100 days. Tan Trung is joining us live near Armstrong International Airport with some reaction from voters as he waits for the president to arrive to head back home. Tan?
Katie, that's Air Force One over my shoulder, idling, waiting for President Biden to return. When it's all said and done, this first visit as president to New Orleans will last just a matter of hours. But in his first 100 days in office, President Biden has tackled several big issues, arguably none bigger than the pandemic. Now, currently, some of the recent polling has his approval rating above 50%, but you don't have to look far to find critics. President Biden came into office looking to, in his words, heal the country. Progress on that front is hard to measure. But when it comes to the economy battered by the pandemic, Claude Sharp, who is visiting New Orleans from Knoxville, says Biden should be commended.
They're helping America get back on its feet as far as the stimulus goes.
The president's first goal was a roughly $2 trillion stimulus package to address the deep impact of COVID-19 in the U.S. That money is being injected in various ways, from stimulus checks in people's bank accounts to a $28 billion fund to revitalize restaurants.
Anytime you can get something through Congress, particularly a bill that size, that's a success.
Political scientist Ed Chervenek says politics are cyclical, and under Joe Biden, the U.S. is now in a cycle of big government.
Here what we're seeing is, I think, a lot of reach, as you mentioned, by Washington, D.C., and that sometimes will make people nervous.
That big government approach is just one concern for Craig Bennon.
And his agenda is just so far left, so socialist driven.
He's a loyal Republican we've been visiting since the election. So far, Bennon says there's not much Biden has done that he agrees with. In his view, the Democrats' big spending is encouraging people not to work.
The handouts, the stimuluses, I mean, it's getting people, there's jobs right now everywhere, help wanted jobs everywhere. People are sitting home and living off the fat of the government that they're giving them.
I'm not a partisan person, but it's funny how Republicans always think about debt when there's a Democrat in office.
Sean Mina says Biden is a welcomed change to the Trump years. While Republicans are bashing the president for massive amounts of spending, he says it's necessary.
Sometimes you got to spend money to make money. You got to invest, and that's what Biden is trying to do right now.
And there is one aspect that all the voters agreed on, is that the country remains divided, and it's going to take a long time before that changes, regardless of who's in the White House. Reporting near Armstrong International Airport, Tan Trung, Eyewitness News.
All right, Tan, thank you.